Now there's always new products that are coming out, but are they actually worth it? And what do they look like on the skin? And especially when you have a full look done, right? So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. My aim today is to use new products to create a full look. And I'm gonna be honest, some of them are new to all of us. Some of them are just new to me. So I'm gonna keep it real. It's not like every single part of the face has something new out currently. We are gonna be using stuff that may be new to you, new to me. Either way, they're new, right? Let's get started. I have my skincare on and I don't have any primer on, so let's go straight in with that. Now the product that I'm going to be using, which is new for me, I don't know if it's that new, I think it is kind of new, is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Glow Primer. I have not used this, so let's go. So this is actually a small version because I just have the sample size that was sent. Wow, this is really gold. I don't know what this is going to look like. Oh, actually it doesn't look that bad. Okay. It feels exactly the same as the normal Hydro Grip, but it has this slight kind of shimmer in there, gold flecks. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, quite like that. Actually really impressed with that because it's also a primer in one, and I do get that kind of nice lit from within glow coming through. So next up, let's move to my skin tint. This is a new product. This is my Armani skin tint in M3, and I want to show you what this looks like. Let's get my BK Beauty 106 brush, get this right into the brush, and let's now apply this over. And I tell you what's good, like I'm actually really interested to see how a lot of these products work together. This skin tint I have used before, and I have to say, I'm super impressed with it. Just pressing it in. Let me do one side, then you can see what it looks like. Because it's honestly the most skin-like skin tint I've used. There you go. That's what it looks like. Are we seeing this? It's actually really good, right? Now, if you like this video so far, please do hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell button, because those three things really make a difference to my channel. It doesn't actually cost you anything, and it just is a really nice thank you from you to me for these videos. It would really, really be appreciated. That's all I want from you guys. Okay, next up, this next product, which again is, I don't know if it's absolutely new, but it's new to me. I haven't used this. This is the Saie Beauty Slip Tint Concealer Corrector in number 12, and I'm hoping it's not too warm for my face. Okay, let's do the eyelids first. Oh, it does look a bit warm. Okay, so I've got my beauty blender. I'm gonna damp this a bit. I'm gonna go into this concealer, and then I'm just gonna go onto my lids. Actually, it's not bad. I thought this was gonna be too dark, but actually it's okay. Actually gives more coverage than I thought it was gonna give. Okay, I've got my Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Setting Powder. It's kind of new, isn't it? Like, some of you haven't used this. I have. I'm gonna get my powder puff. I'm gonna press this on to the lids and then dust that off. I always use loose setting powder on my eyelids. It's just a non-negotiable for me. So that's why I'm using that, but I'm not gonna be using that on the rest of the face because I'm using something else which is new, I think. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the face. I think this looks warmer here. It's a very creamy formula. Okay, I've got my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Complexion Brush. Actually, I'm really liking this. Okay, now I do want to let that sit for a minute because I just feel like it's one of those concealers that you'll get the best out of it if you let it self-set just a little bit before you blend it. Okay, let's go in with this now. Okay, I thought this was going to be like weirdly heavier, but it's actually really lightweight. But I like it. Do you know that concealer actually works so well with that skin tint? A lot of the time, certain concealers will end up just being too much for the skin tint that you've got on. And it's, you know, hard to find a concealer that isn't so lightweight that it doesn't give you coverage, but also kind of doesn't look too heavy. I feel like I want a little bit more coverage. So what I'm gonna do is put this on the back of my hand. I'm gonna let this kind of dry down a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more. That's the way I would recommend doing this. So when you're dealing with a kind of slightly slippery concealer, you know, seems to kind of like be quite fluid, let it self-set when you first apply, but if you wanna go in with another layer, don't go over with more streaks. What I would recommend is put a thin layer, so I've actually painted it on my back of my hand, let that dry down a little bit, and then apply it. Then you're going to press it on, and I'm going to show you how. But that's actually a really good concealer, guys. I actually really like it, especially if you want to wear it with a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer. Let's let that dry down a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp my sponge again. I'm going to go into this concealer. It's dried down a bit. There you go. Now you can get a really nice layer on top without disturbing what you already had. And letting it self-set for a little while gives you a little bit more coverage. Okay, I really like that. Okay, let's set this now because I want to use like blush and everything after, because those are like powder versions. So I'm using this. This is my Saie Beauty Slip Tint Undetectable Baked Setting Powder, and this is in Translucent 3, which seems about right for me. So let's try this and see how well this sets our base. So first off, I want to make sure that there's no creasing, so just get out any creasing. There you go. Right, I'm wondering if this is going to be good to press in. Let me just swirl. I think you could actually, but I might do that after. So okay, I've got my Real Techniques setting brush. This is super fine, by the way, guys. Like I kind of am wondering if anything's going on my skin. I really don't know if anything's transferring. Okay, let's just use a puff because the brush isn't working for me. Oh, this is better. Right, you really want to make sure you press onto the areas with the, like wherever you're prone to creasing. I actually think I could go with a little bit lighter in terms of this colour. Wow, I'm actually really liking this. I would definitely press, but obviously if you prefer a lighter finish, then I would use the brush. Or if you don't want, like, you know, you don't want as much powder. What are we thinking? Be interesting to see how this lasts. Wow, it definitely kind of like mattifies everything well. It's almost like a soft matte blurred finish that you get. It's not like matte. You've got very subtle, natural luminosity coming through. Very natural. I don't really have brow stuff, so give me a sec. Let me get those done and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've done my brows. So moving on to lashes. Now, I don't know if this is new for anyone else, but I haven't used it before, so we're gonna go try it out. I'm just curling my lashes. By the way, you need to head on over to thebeautybreakfastclub.com. That is my online publication where I talk about everything to do with beauty, style, health, wellness, mindset. You're gonna love it. everything's written by me. I have a newsletter that goes out every 2 days, so it's very consistent. You are never gonna like not receive any information from me. You've got so much on there, everything to do with like makeup, like the top tips, how to do certain things, how to set your makeup, how to avoid fine lines, how to avoid your makeup from slipping, caking, all these kind of things. It's all on there. I think you're really going to enjoy it, because if you head on over to thebeautybreakfastclub.com, you'll see that there's so much on there. There's an article to answer every question, and it is free to subscribe, which gives you access to most of the site. But if you go for the paid version, which only costs you the same as getting yourself 1 coffee a month, then that basically, number one, unlocks the entire site. Number two, gives you access to the group chat, which I'm as part of, so you can actually ask me questions directly and I'll answer them. So if you ever feel like you want to ask me something, that's how you can do it. And obviously it's a really nice way for me to be able to support my business too, because obviously you don't have to pay anything on here, and I don't get the chance to kind of answer all the questions. So this way, you know, it's something that I can also still sustain my business with. So yeah, I would really appreciate that. I think you're gonna love it. Yeah, so anyway, moving on, let's try this mascara. Now, I haven't used this one before. This is the Tarte Tartelette XL Tubing Mascara. Let's see what this is like. I have not used this. I tried the lash serum that they have the other day. You know, the white one? And then you go over with the normal Tartelette mascara. I tried that and that was actually pretty good. This is actually so good. I love it when I find new mascaras that just blow my mind. Okay, this is nice. I like this. Has anyone tried this? Let me know. I would love to know. That's actually a really nice mascara. I think the real test though is like, does it last all day and does it still look this way, you know, later on in the day? I've got a whole load of mascara on my lid, totally normal. It happens to the best of us. But I'm going to show you how I get rid of that. So far this base is holding up well. I mean, I know it's like not even been half an hour, but... Okay, you want to let that mascara that you've smudged on your eyelid, let it dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to do my lips and then we're going to move on to a new blush. Okay, so this lip liner I have used already once, but it is new to me. This is the Tower 28 one liner work of art. And let me apply this. That's a nice lip liner. I remember when I first used it, I was like, oh, that's actually really nice. I hate it when my lips look too pink. And some lip liners can do that. I like it to look very natural like this. In terms of lipstick, we've got something new here. This is the Givenchy Le Rouge Velvet Matte in N05. Now this is quite a deep colour, but what I want to do is just press it very lightly to get a kind of transparent colour. That's it. It's really nice, right? Obviously it does give a bold lip, so you can just paint it on. It's going to give you a really bold lip. But I feel like this is like a really nice kind of everyday lip. So let's get to that smudged mascara. You want to get a spoolie, any spoolie, nothing on it. And now that that mascara is dry, you're just going to scrape it off. And there you go. It's off. Honestly, as easy as that. Okay, so the blush I'm going to use is number 11 from the Armani range. It's the powder blush. And I am going to use my BK Beauty Nicola Rose N20 brush. I have used this and this is new. So I want to show you how amazing this is because I love it. And I feel like this is great for 40s. Like, this whole look is just a very wearable, fresh look for anyone in their 40s. For me, I just feel like it's perfect. What are we thinking? Absolutely love this. I am just gonna add a tiny bit of bronzer. This is not new. This is the only thing that really isn't new to me. So I'm using my Fenty Sunstalker. I'm just applying a little bit, just to add a bit of warmth to the face. there you go. That is my finished look. I am really happy with this. I feel like it's a really kind of like easy go-to look if you're in your 40s, and I feel like for a 45-year-old, I think this is quite a good look. So especially for the day, I am going to be going out shortly, so I'm quite comfortable going out like this. And I'm really impressed with the base because that skin tint is so ultra light, and then that powder on top that I've used from Saie Beauty is so good. I would highly recommend that. That's the Saie Beauty Slip Tint Undetectable Baked Setting Powder. It really is undetectable. Like, I feel like it mattifies everything, but it doesn't look powdery and cakey, which I love. Would highly recommend that. If you want a natural skin finish, I think this entire base is great. The Armani skin tint looks amazing. It is so skin-like. The Saie Slip Tint Concealer is amazing, very lightweight, not heavy at all, gives you coverage, especially if you let it self-set for a little while first. And then the Saie Beauty Slip Tint Undetectable Powder, really good. I would highly recommend that. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget, I do have another channel, which is the beauty and fashion channel that I do, which basically has a bit of beauty and a bit of fashion in there. I think you're going to like that, so head on over and subscribe. Everything's listed in my description, along with any discount codes that are relevant. And yeah, if you want to see anything in particular, let me know in my comments, and I'll see you on the next video.